designing this space and building it, you're essentially an editor. And a lot of times that's what we do with clients. We serve as an editor as much as we are a designer, because there's all these choices to be made. And you start to gradually narrow down these choices. Sometimes clients come to you with a pretty good sense of what they want, but they don't know how to get there. And it's a process of editing things that don't feel right, don't belong there, don't work with other things. You start to edit that out. And in that way, that's how we help them. This is an important building to Montana. It was the largest commercial building built at the time in 1904 from an important architect, a guy, J.G. Link. He designed the Capitol building, many of the beautiful buildings in Butte, the Western Heritage Center. And it just seemed wrong to us to not at least try to do the diligence to see what it was originally. Again, it had been stripped to the walls. We found the original plans in the special collections in Bozeman, in the library, and we remade all of the woodwork from that time. Every single piece, every door casing, every profile, every baseboard, so that we were absolutely certain that what we put in here was just as it had been in 1904. This space is about contrast, not black and white, but brown and white. There's this lovely play of light and dark here. Sometimes I think people feel like they need color, but what they really need is contrast. This is an envelope that no matter what you put in it would be beautiful. Something modern, something old, something rustic, it doesn't matter. These white walls where we've played with the sheen. The walls are 2% sheen and the trim is 98% sheen. So even though they're the same color white, there's that contrast. And then we have the dark floor, stained like we found it in the building. Originally there was a fir floor. It is a space that we paid careful attention to how everything related to one another. The best pieces of design or architecture or interior design, everything, every choice that's made, every object in the space relates to something else and as a whole unifies so that nothing is out of place. The studio is our business card. It's where we give the best of ourselves to our clients, even more than looking at pictures of our other projects. This is a space that isn't just a workspace, it's like a home. And a space has to be comfortable. That's one of the things that we did here. We wanted to make a beautiful room, yes, but also the most comfortable room we could. And one of the things about comfort is that there has to be enough places and ways of sitting. I think you're comfortable when you just look at a room, you're comfortable if it's a good room. You're like, there's a place for me there. There's a chair. I would feel comfortable there. I would like to be there for a long time. Well, as we work on a space for someone, we want them to feel that it is unique to them, that it speaks to their soul, that there's nothing in their home that they don't love and that doesn't make them feel better, that isn't beautiful. We want them to feel like they can be their most authentic selves in that space, a place where they can raise their families, be with their loved ones. We think a lot about timelessness. We don't want to follow the trends of the day too closely. We don't want our clients to have a space that doesn't have legs, that isn't viable over the long term. You're making an investment. Just like we made an investment in this studio, we made an investment in something that will have a long life cycle. We imagine that this space will be viable 50, 100 years from now. And that's kind of the ideal. We think about that when we help people edit whatever goes into the space and what the elements of the space are. We're thinking about generations, not just about 2 or 3 years down the line.